My name's Corey Steele with Kansas Public Schools, and I wanted to give you guys watching this, I want to give you a little virtual tour of our school and point out some strengths and weaknesses that I see around our school. Starting off, the entrance to our school is a strength, I think, due to the fact that it is a one-way in and out. There's not multiple paths getting in and out of the school. As far as an overview of our facilities, we sit on about 10 acres with the high school right here behind me. Behind the high school is the middle school with the gymnasium on this side, a football, baseball field, which I'll talk about here in a second, here behind us. And over to the left is our softball field. If you'll notice, I want to point out the name on the softball field, Gene Long Crier Softball Field, because I'm going to bring that name up when we go down to the elementary here in a little bit. But anyways, one main thing I want to point out is we're a 3A school, and we have approximately in 6th grade through 12th grade, we have approximately 450 kids here on this campus. Our baseball team made it to state semifinals last year, state finals, and got beaten in state finals. But I want you to notice, I think we are probably the only school in the state of Oklahoma that has a baseball field and softball field, or baseball field and football field are shared. If you can look over there, the football field, there's the baseball field. Take the bleachers, visitor bleachers off during baseball, and there you go. You know, that's one thing I know they have been looking back for a while. Back behind the buses back there, I don't know if you can see it, there's an additional 8 acres that has not been touched, just in case for school expansion in the future. So we're going to go up to the high school here right now and take a little look around, see what's going on up there. Here we are standing out in front of the high school. A couple things I want to point out is it was added, we've had a little past the bond, and one thing that was added along with the elementary and a renovation to the middle school was a security system. And one thing that we did with the security system, as you can see, is up here we have cameras mounted throughout the school and outside the school that can monitor students. Another thing we have is key fobs. Just like most schools, we have key fobs to get in all the doors now. You just can't go in and out the doors freely. There's key fobs to get in and out the door. Funny thing, earlier on in the year, we found out that there was a kind of a flaw in the security system. We reached out into the parking lot. We had a student that had a really nice pickup, and his pickup was keyed. And so they went into the review the tape, and the security camera kind of went in and did not actually feed the whole the parking lot to where all he couldn't see exactly where his truck was. It kind of cut it off. Luckily, the problem was resolved. Just come to find out it was a boyfriend-girlfriend issue, and what can I say? Love stinks. Let's go on inside the high school. High school. We just walked past the administration offices. If you come this way, you'll see that this high school is composed, houses 32 teachers, roughly about 450 kids. It was built back in 1989. As you can see, you come up this way, this is the cafeteria behind me. He's doing some cleaning and polishing of the floors. We talked about the floors. The floors look nice and shiny right now. Maybe give them a week after school and they won't be shiny anymore. If you look down this way, it's a typical school, long hallways. As you can tell, there's classrooms down here on this side with lockers that are recessed into the walls. Our previous superintendent that worked here was a great people person. People loved him. He wasn't very technology driven. He always liked to carry money over. He was one of the good old boys, and so I don't think he ever even turned his computer on. But the superintendent we have now, she's more technology driven, getting into the classrooms. So let's walk over to the. As you see, another weakness of our school. We're right outside the high school. Look over here, more portable buildings. We have 3 portable buildings on this campus. The house just a band room, a couple classrooms, that's offices. Once again, not safe during a storm, but we're going to head over to the middle school where, when the new addition was built back in 2011, we'll show you the storm shelters, and you'll be surprised how many kids you can fit in these 2 storm shelters. We'll talk about that. Right behind the high school here, you can tell there's the middle school. So let's go and check the middle school. We're here in the part, the newly renovated part that was added on to the existing middle school down here on this end. As you can tell here, they're cleaning the hallway. So here's some of the technology we was talking about out here, some iPad cart and some mobile computer labs. One thing that was another strength that was added to our school system was video cameras that was added throughout all the hallways here. This is pretty simple because it's just a straight long hallway. Of course, a tornado might turn into a wind tunnel, But one thing that they did add for the middle school and high school over here is 2 safe rooms. We'll go in here and look at these safe rooms here real quick. As you can tell, there's doors. There's no windows, no nothing on the doors. Come in here and let's look. As you can tell, these rooms, wouldn't think they were very big as far as size. As how in the world are you going to put all the middle school and high school kids in? I thought the same thing. And during the drills that we run, they put the girls on this side, boys on the other side. You can actually fit 450 kids in these 2 rooms. So when we did this, we all got jam-packed into these rooms. It's just shoulder to shoulder. We're all in these rooms, and me being the kind of claustrophobic guy I am, some kid decided he's going to turn off the light. So we turned off the light, and the door was shut. And if you ever seen Wall-E, the little guy in Wall-E that just goes ape nuts and beats the crap out of all the other robots, that's what I felt like being crammed in here with all the other kids. So things started running through my mind as far as, hey, if we're stuck in here, how are we going to, if help can't get to us for 30 minutes to an hour, what is going to happen? So one thing they looked at was getting little kits made with flashlights and water and snacks for, to replenish every year just for that need in these 2 safe rooms. But these are the 2 safe rooms that are for the high school and the middle school. So let's go on down to the elementary. Now we're down at the Kansas Elementary. This Kansas Elementary originally was the high school. It was built in 1955 by bonds passed through the community. In 2011 it was remodeled. The bonds were passed, and what was added, as you can tell, they redid the roof. They also redid all the windows in the classrooms, because the windows in the classroom were single pane, large windows, the old folding type that actually went up, they folded down, they leaked. Another thing that was added with the bond issue was the ramps for wheelchair accessibility to the school. You're going to see here in a second, we're going to walk up to the front door, you're going to see here how another thing, security features that was added to the school. Elementary is not a part of the high school and middle school. It's on the same site. And so another feature that was added for security here was you have to buzz to get in, security code. Once again, our teachers have key fobs that get them into the school. So anytime a visitor comes up to the school, they got to buzz in to get into the school. So here we are inside the elementary building. As you can tell, here's the original plaque of District I-3 1955 Board of Education when this school was built. Going along with the facilities management, the facilities audit, this school houses 36 teachers and roughly 13 aides, and housed 390 students. As you can tell, when it was remodeled, they redid some of the bathrooms. They took the doors out, and they also went down the hallway here and they added new paint, new ceilings up here, and we're going to go out to where the storm shelters are that were built along with the cafeteria and the pre-K building. So we are in the newer part of the school. This was actually the part that was built in 2011 to include a cafeteria and some pre-K rooms. Now, what they did when they came in here is they actually built, if you'll notice over here on this side, there is 2 pre-K rooms over here, and over here there is 2 kindergarten rooms. If you notice, these rooms over here don't have windows because these are the storm shelters. So if you come over here and look, we'll come over and look at these real quick. These storm shelters are, usually when you redo schools, a lot of the times the newer buildings tend to go to the older classes, but they decided to keep the elementary the younger kids with over here in the building with the storm shelters, due to the fact that if there is an emergency, it's a lot easier to move the older kids than it is to get the younger kids out and have them scrambling around like little ants trying to get them over to the emergency to the storm shelters. So these are the 2 storm shelters that were built in when this school was remodeled. Here we are in the elementary school gym. This elementary school gym is, I would say, a major weakness because it is just as old as the school. Has never been remodeled. It's just been patched up here and there with little Band-Aid fixes. If you come in here, I'll show you. The gym is not very big. Back in the 70s, this actually, you could fit kindergarten through high school in these bleachers. Remember the name Gene Longcar that I mentioned earlier? I talked to him, and he said that when he was in high school, when they built this gym, he was in a class, a building class, and he said that in that building class, they actually helped build this gym. High school kids actually helped build this gym. I couldn't imagine what people who do all the codes and all that now, the fire marshals would think nowadays, but they actually helped build this gym.